everyone. Oh my goodness, thank you for this wonderful welcome. Oh, 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 I'm so touched. All right, I'm surprised you're still interested in what I have to say, especially after, as you all know, I just was released from prison before Christmas for an accident, really, not something that was deliberate, and something that caused me great pain. And on those 15 years behind bars, you learn things. You know, you can either learn for good, or you can go the other way. Well, my tendency has always been, because I'm a fighter, I'm the first, as you all know, I am the first woman champion in kickboxing. And I will tell you, that's what you came here to listen, you know, talk about. So let me get my jacket off and sit down a little bit. Oh, I'm not as young as I used to be, and you know, you don't get as much exercise as you would like, even though they say you do, but you don't. The way I got into kickboxing was actually serendipity in a way. I was always a huge fan of Wing Chun, Bruce Lee, and that is really what I aspired to. But I was never fast enough, and by the time I started, I was already past the age where I could really make a difference in the sport and reach certain heights. So I went to China, and as it happened, one of the monks who was teaching meditation and spirituality and things like that, and he noticed that I was very, this makes me laugh but I was very strong in the legs, and that is because I was a skater and a dancer. So of course I was very strong, and so he could see that Wing Chun was not really, it was fine, it was working, but I just didn't have the speed I needed, you know, and I didn't have really the upper strength, the upper body for it. So I started taking lessons, and I worked very hard. It looks so easy, kickboxing, because it's mostly, you know, from here on down, but there's very tight rules, very tight rules. There's only a certain way you can kick, bob, you know. And so I studied for about 3 years. And I stayed at the monastery, which was very unusual because I was so gifted towards the kickboxing, and I understood the life, because it was my dream. I never wanted to be anything else, you know. It was Bruce Lee that did it to me, really. And anyway, then I started to go in the ring, and there were a couple other women fighters, not too many, not in those days. It was very exclusive and very unusual for a woman to fight. So within a year, I became champion, you know. And in fact, to this day, I'm the only woman kickboxing champion. And that's something I'm very proud of, you know. I devoted my life to it. I never married, I didn't have a family. I was just so focused on it. Anyway, after I won the title, they arranged a fight for me shortly after, and she was quite ruthless, and it looks really mean, but it isn't. It's powerful. But you still have to have heart, especially when you're fighting. You've got to have heart, and you've got to be aware. And so she started to fight really dirty. And I had to defend myself. You know, and besides, I wasn't about to lose my title. I worked too hard for it. So, she got me really bad. You know, in the kidneys. And of course, and she went really a lot higher than she should have. So I swung out with my leg, you know, and my right leg had always been a little bit stronger. And I strung out, and for some reason it went high, and it hit her. Can you imagine that high? And I knocked her out. Well, I thought I knocked her out, but I actually killed her. It was an accident. I had no ulterior motive. I just wanted to defend myself. I had to stop her. Well, the referee and the judges didn't see it that way. They actually took me from the ring. The police came. Don't forget, this is still in China. And took me out of there. It didn't matter what I tried to explain. It didn't matter that I was so devastated by it all. I mean, my whole life just collapsed. One kick, think of it, one kick, it was over. They gave me 30 years, but somehow God intervened, and I got out in 15. I've just been out. And you wonderful people asked me to come and talk to you. And I can't even tell you what it means to me, just to, oh my God, just to know I'm still accepted in the world somehow, and that you don't, I think everybody knows I wasn't out to kill anyone. You all have to believe me that. And if I could have, I would have been like Bruce Lee, and I would have done Wing Chun. But I wasn't strong enough. I was only strong in the leg. Well, anyway, that's my story, and I'm not going to, I don't think, I thought I was going to give a talk where everybody would be up and laughing and happy, and I'm sorry to bring my baggage with me, but it's been really hard. really hard, but I still stand in front of you as a champion. A champion. The only woman champion in kickboxing. There were some refreshments outside, some fortune cookies too. I'll see you out there. Thank you.